Hello everyone, Kurt Olford here, and welcome back to another episode from Olford Labs. Today we're going to be talking about another strike area, which every martial arts out there will ever talk about, and how we can create this one motion and mechanic to go into another deeper consideration, right back to the very beginning we come to. A lot of the Abrazari stuff here is better done in person here. Again, these are just kind of concepts here to play with and so on and so forth as far as understanding what is happening. And again, what are we looking at here? Okay, so, and what we're talking about here is how we utilize our legs to weaken the person into the lower quarters. It's another effective strike to be able to get back to that first play. So with that being the case here, let's roll the film. Okay, well, as you can tell, Vince has been working out, so now he's got two arms on me, so I'm really in trouble out there. And I'm pretty sure you can also already kind of tell where I'm going with this. We're going to be going off of, again, this whole concept of being over on this side along here, and then if I get along my arm around and I get to the lower back, what happens? Well, you can already see right here what we're starting to look at. So remember, we talked before about how we come into this in many ways. I'm here on this side. I've opened this up. I've shot him into the face right here. Maybe I grabbed his ear and I started to wrap around and get to the lower back. Well, in this case scenario here, we get into this where we're getting into a clinch. We're holding onto each other's lower back to try to turn each other to get to a better optimal throwing position. And then it just kind of gets in this hugging match thing. From there, you are kind of limited to what your options are going to be. And the option in which Fiore tells us to do is to knee them into the groin. Okay? So in this case here, if we knee the person into the groin, it allows us to be able to soften the person's blow. And then from there, as they come up with this, the whole thing that we're going to be going here into is as soon as we need that, well, now the person's there and I can start working into different areas. So again, we have the hand, I'm here on this side, I'm working this side here. Maybe I'm grapple. I've come around here, I'm holding their lower back. So we're both in this hugging position. We're kind of grappling up this way. And from here, it's just straight knee into the groin. And by kneeing this person into the groin, this is going to drop them. As they drop them down right here, of course, now I've got other ways where I can turn. And again, if the arm is below me, well, he's going down, I'm turning this arm upwards and in. So we have to be mindful that when this strike area here is, it's very evident. And as we get into these deeper clinches, we're like this, I'm on the back side, right? I have this strike that's in there, and now with my hand this way, this person's coming down, I can grapple into the arm and I can push it in the face. So this is really just a very, 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 very easy entryway into something right here where, again, we've kind of clinched up, we're kind of working with different things here, and now we have to deal with this because our hands are tied up. If I let go of any of these things, the moment I let this go, well, now he's got an overwrap on me on this. Arms are wrapped up here. My face is side to side. Maybe however my feet are, it's a strike to the groin. As many times as it is, again, I'm not prescribing that people actually do this. Please don't do this to your friends. I'm talking about why this might be done with Fiore. Strike, breaks them. I have the arm still in the back right here. I'm not going to give this up. As they go down, just push them into the face. So, grapple, grapple, open through here. I'm on here, boom, to the groin. And as I sit this person into the groin right here, remember my hands are around their back, boom. And one of these hands is going to come up to get to the eyes and turn the face. So, as you can see with the plays that are on there. Countering with this also is described by Fiore in that basically when the person brings the leg up, you're going to be grabbing it and you're going to be throwing them. Personally, I think there's a couple of ways of what this looks like and what this doesn't look like. Again, so for right now, I'm just going to put this off to the side here. We're going to utilize this right here for the simulation. So with this right here being the case, so you can say this is the knee that's coming up. We're grappling here, and they're coming up with this knee into the groin. That's that knee shot. So we're grappling, hooked up in here, and the moment that they start bringing this up, if I can stop it, if I have the awareness of being able to stop this, grab me up underneath this way, and pushing it across into the face. Fiore's exact terms are to grab under the knee with your right hand. Now, personally, I think this is a respective situation to what's available to you. But regardless, he talks about utilizing the right hand to come up underneath this right here, hook under the leg, maybe stop at this, hook up under the leg, and then from here, we're bringing up. Another way of looking at this, I find that is beneficial, is that we're not just simply talking about, okay, well, I'm going to grab the leg and do anything else. I'm going to go into the first play. So we're here, we're grappling. Push this down here so it's not in the way. Grappling. They come up with this here. They come up with this knee shot. I'm going to stop it, right? And because my right hand is here, right? Well, ultimately, if I stop this is just giving you another perspective. Hook the leg and then go into the throat. Now I'm utilizing my right hand to do this on this side. However, it's all situational. This person is not just going to knee with their one leg. They're not just going to, and you may not be in a situation where your right hand is the only one that's there. Again, I don't think that Fiore is saying this is only use your right hand. I think this right here is just a methodology right here. Your right arm is typically stronger, so you're going to try to grab with this. I'm coming here, I grab this, and we're going to push up. Push through this way, I might come across. However this is going to happen. Cross body into a shove and throwing them onto the ground. Okay? And that just looks like, again, moving from this grappling position here where the knee is coming up into it. There we go. The knee is coming up into me right here. Stopping this, coming down like this. My arm is around this way, and then coming around the backside, as you see within the very first, the third play of Apparzari, where you get the here and you can turn and throw the person. So once again, we're just kind of circling back and connecting to the continuation of how the first play really is the starting point of many things. Because many people they're gonna grab on you. It's not necessarily an easy thing to get out of. So that concludes this one right here. Like I said, this is just a quick down and dirty. It's quite obvious to many people. Many people like, yeah, knee him there. Why are we discussing this? But again, it's one of the things right here is how it connects, how we can utilize this to connect into follow-on strikes and things that we've already been kind of going over. One thing that, like I said before, Fiore is not just a one-and-done technique. I don't see it that way. It is a constant manipulation of the person to get them into an advantageous situation for yourself. And that right there, to me, is a big key component that makes him very interesting, is because it's not a do this if he does this, if he does this, if he does this, if he does this. It might be he does this, they grab right in on you. You don't get to do the position right in the very beginning. They just grab you, and they bear hug you, and they're already trying to do things to you. Well, if that happens, you have a way of addressing that to be able to get back to the starting concept and then progress through. And that's just, again, a methodology of being able to gain ground to be able to take action out of. So anyway, really down and dirty, no pun intended with that right here, because this is kind of dirty fighting. Just wanting to show a little bit right here as far as the perspective goes on this. Again, thank you so much for tuning in on this. If you have any thoughts or considerations, please leave a comment below. If you've liked this, consider subscribing to the channel, maybe share with a friend. Love to hear people's thoughts out there. And as always, everybody, please stay safe out there, train well, and fight on. I will see you all soon.